Ms. Wilson didn't even pretend to care anymore. Last period, last day before Christmas break, and she just slid her laptop a little closer to her face like she could crawl inside it and hibernate until January. Phones are fine, she muttered without looking up. Just don't be loud. That was basically permission to stop being a student and start being a person again. The room turned into a low aquarium, buzz of TikTok audio and whispered jokes, and the stupid little tap 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 of thumbs against glass. I was halfway through watching a Try Not to Laugh that wasn't funny enough to actually laugh at, just enough to make you exhale through your nose when Emily finally spoke. Emily wasn't quiet because she was shy. Emily was quiet because she was always measuring things. Like every sentence cost her something, and she didn't spend unless she had to. I have an idea, she said. Her eyes flicked up then down. It might be stupid, but Ryan leaned back in his chair, smug as always. Come on, don't be so shy. Cal made a little noise like we were 12 instead of 16. Emily's voice went even flatter, like she was reading a recipe. I saw this urban legend. If you call your phone number backwards, something weird happens. You see a copy of yourself in crowded places. Mirrors don't line up right. Stuff like that. Rachel's head snapped toward her like she'd heard a dog whistle. Rachel, who'd climbed a fence to sneak into the old Fairfield psychiatric building last summer and filmed herself walking through it with a flashlight in her teeth, suddenly looked like she'd swallowed ice water. I should have cared about that. I didn't. I was the kind of kid who loved urban legends because they were like horror trailers. All promise, no consequences. I'd even posted a few made-up ones on forums when I was 11, like a little goblin craving attention. Bigfoot meets Bloody Mary meets don't look under your bed. The whole cringe buffet. So I grinned and said, that's fake. But we should do it. Emily's mouth twitched. Not a smile. More like a crack in her mask. We asked Ms. Wilson to use the bathroom, and she waved one hand without lifting her eyes from the screen. She looked exhausted in a way that felt permanent, like she'd been tired since she was born. The hallway was empty in that end-of-day way. Lockers yawning open. The floor wax smell sharp and sweet. The bathroom had that wet paper towel stink. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead like they were annoyed to be on. We crammed into the big stall because we were stupid and dramatic, and also because none of us wanted to stand at the mirror. Rachel didn't come in. She stayed outside the stall, half in the doorway, arms crossed tight across her chest. This is dumb, she said, but it didn't sound like her usual cocky dumb. Her eyes kept sliding to the mirror above the sinks like she expected it to blink. Ryan rolled his eyes. You, of all people, are scared? Come on. I'm not scared, Rachel snapped. Then her voice dropped. I've got a bad feeling, like a real one, not the fun kind. Kyle laughed, too loud in the tiled room. Your bad feelings didn't stop you from breaking into a mental hospital. Rachel's nostrils flared. That was a building. This is... She cut herself off and shook her head hard, like she was trying to fling the thought out through her ears. Whatever. Do it. I'm not. Emily watched Rachel for a second. She didn't tease her. That should have been another sign. Emily loved facts. She didn't love fear. Ryan went first because he always went first. He had this dumb hero complex where he thought being reckless made him interesting. He opened his contacts, pulled up his own number, and started reading it backward out loud, finger hovering. Okay, 3-2. Just call it, Kyle said. Ryan hit the button. We put it on speaker because of course we did. It rang once, twice, then a calm, automated voice. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Ryan threw his hands up. Told you. Fake. Kyle grabbed his phone. My turn. He did it. Same message. Emily did it. Her hands steady, her face blank. Same message. Then it was me. I typed the digits backwards, double-checking because I didn't want to be the one idiot who called some random person by accident. My thumb hovered a second longer than the others. I remember noticing the texture of my phone case under my nail, that tiny rubber ridge, like my body was trying to anchor me with a stupid detail. I hit call. Ring. Ring. Currently unavailable. Relief hit me so hard I laughed. Outside the stall, Rachel didn't laugh. She just stared at the floor like she'd lost something there. See, I said, because I had to be a smug little shit. Nothing happened, silly. Rachel's jaw tightened. I hope you're right. Ryan pushed the stall door open with his shoulder. You're being weird, Ratch. Rachel looked up, and for a second her eyes were too bright, like she'd been awake for 3 days. Yeah, she said. So are you. That's the problem. We filed out, washed our hands, and I made the mistake of glancing at the mirror. Nothing dramatic. No demon face. No bleeding eyes. Just me, pale acne scar by my chin, hair falling into my forehead in that way I always hated. I looked away fast anyway, because suddenly I didn't like the idea of watching myself. Back in class, the bell eventually rang, and the whole building turned into chaos and coats and shouting. When I left school, the air outside tasted like cold metal. The sky had that winter gray, the kind that presses down on your skull. By the time I got home, the whole phone number backwards thing felt like a joke that didn't land. My mom was in the kitchen, stirring a pot with the kind of content focus she only had when she was cooking. The smell of mac and cheese hit me like a hug. Real butter, sharp cheddar, pepper. The steam fogged the window above the sink. You hungry? She asked. Starving, I said and meant it. I ate 2 bowls and went back for a third because I wanted to fill myself up with something normal. Something safe. Mom's cooking always felt like it could patch holes in the world. After dinner, I went upstairs and sank into Minecraft because it was the easiest way to turn my brain off. Creative mode, big builds, no consequences. I was halfway through messing with a futuristic city I'd been working on, glass towers, neon bridges, all that, when my mom yelled up the stairs. Hey, do you want to go to the mall? We need to grab a few things before the stores go insane. They're already insane, I called back. Well, they'll get worse, she said. Come on, I need a second set of hands. I didn't have a real reason to say no. So I grabbed my hoodie and went. The mall was a living throat. Warm air blasting out of vents. Perfume clouds. Pretzel grease. Christmas music beaten into the floor tiles until it felt like the building itself was humming. People everywhere. Arms full of bags. Kids crying. Couples arguing in that tired, quiet way where the words are knives but they're trying not to bleed in public. We were in a bookstore because my mom wanted a planner for my aunt. I was pretending to look at graphic novels, mostly just enjoying being a useless shadow when it happened. At first, it wasn't even my face. It was the shape of my face. A familiar teeth. My stupid cowlick in the front. The same hoodie color. I looked up and saw myself in the crowd. Not kind of like me. Not similar haircut. It was me like someone had copied and pasted my head onto a different body and then tried to pass it off as a stranger. Same mouth. Same nose. Same small scar under my eyebrow from when I ate shit on a bike in 6th grade. For a second, my brain refused it. I actually looked around for a mirror display, like maybe there was some weird reflective panel I was catching at an angle. There wasn't. The copy was moving against the flow of people, slipping through gaps like it knew where to go. It wasn't smiling. It wasn't staring at me. It was just there, existing, like it belonged. My chest went tight and hot. My fingers went numb around the book I was holding. I blinked hard. When I opened my eyes again, the crowd shifted and the copy was gone. I stood there like an idiot with my mouth half open. My mom glanced over. What's wrong with you? My tongue felt thick. Did you see that person? The one that looked like me? My mom didn't even turn her head fully. She just did a quick scan like she was checking for a spill on the floor. No, I'm serious, I said, but my voice came out higher than I wanted. He looked exactly. Sweetie, she said, and I hated that she said sweetie because it made me feel 5. You're probably tired. You were up late last night, right? I wasn't, I lied. She went back to flipping through planners. It's crowded. You saw someone with your haircut. That's all. But I knew what I saw. I knew it in that sick way, when you almost step off a curb into traffic and your body jerks you back before your brain catches up. Emily's voice replayed in my head in that flat, careful tone. You see a clone of yourself in crowded places. The rest of the trip, I barely heard anything. My mom talked about gifts, about my cousin's new job, about the neighbor's dog. All I could hear was the mall's noise grinding against my teeth, and every time I saw a head in the crowd that tilted the wrong way, I flinched. By the time we got home, my skin felt too small. I went straight to my room, shut the door, and sat on my bed like I was waiting for a sentence. I kept expecting the house to feel different, like the walls would be watching me, like something had slipped in behind us from a mall and was now standing in a corner, quiet and patient. I called Rachel because Rachel had been the only one who'd acted like this was anything other than a dare. She picked up on the second ring. "Yeah, I saw it," I blurted. Silence. Not confused silence. Not "what are you talking about" silence. More like she'd been expecting my call and was bracing herself. "At the mall," I said. In the crowd. "It was me. It was me, Rachel." Her exhale crackled through the phone. "I can't help you," she said, and the words hit like a slap. "What do you mean you can't help me? You're the one who—" "I can't," she said again, sharper. "Because I don't know how. And because the last time I tried to help, I almost got pulled into something I couldn't explain to anyone without sounding insane." "What are you talking about?" My voice was getting loud, and I didn't care. "You didn't even do it." "I didn't call," she said. "But I've seen stuff. Before. Not like this. But adjacent. Listen, Emily, Kyle, and Ryan all called me earlier. Separately. Like they didn't want the others to hear." My stomach sank. Rachel continued, voice low, like she was afraid someone was listening through her walls. "They all said the same thing. They saw themselves. Mirrors were out of sync. Like their reflection lagged. Like a video feed. They kept thinking it was nerves. Or lights. Or their eyes being tired. My throat felt dry. "So it's real. It's real," Rachel said. And she sounded pissed about it. Like reality was insulting her. "And it's connected to the stupid number thing. I don't know why. I don't know how. But it's like you knocked on something. And something knocked back. What does it want?" I asked, and I hated that I sounded like a little kid asking about monsters. "I don't know," Rachel said. "But I have a guess. And I don't want to say it out loud." "Say it." Rachel didn't answer right away. I heard a faint clink like she'd set her phone down and then picked it up again. "I think it's not just you in another place," she said finally. "I think it's an interaction. Like you open a line between two versions of you. And now the other side is trying to use it. Use it for what?" Rachel's voice went tight. "To cross." My stomach rolled. "That's insane," I said because I needed to say it. Needed to push back. "Yeah," she snapped. "And so is seeing your own face in a crowd. So pick your poison." I started pacing my room. The carpet was rough under my socks. My desk chair squeaked when I bumped it. Every little sound felt too loud, too sharp. "What do I do?" I asked. Rachel hesitated. "Avoid crowded places. Avoid mirrors. And if you do look, don't stare. Don't engage. Treat it like a wild animal." "That's your advice?" "I'm not your therapist," Rachel said, and then her voice softened a fraction. "I'm trying to keep you from making it worse." "Worse how?" Rachel's breathing got shallow. "I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know the rules." The word rules made something in my brain latch on. Like if there were rules, it meant it wasn't chaos. It meant it could be navigated. "Find out," I said. Rachel actually laughed once, humorless. "You want me to Google how to stop your evil mirror self from crawling into your dimension?" "Yes," I said. "I want you to do that. Or something. Because I saw it, and now I can't. I can't stop thinking it's in my house." Rachel went quiet again. When she spoke, her voice was smaller. "If it makes you feel any better, I haven't seen anything. Which means you're right. It's linked to the call. It's not random." "That doesn't make me feel better," I said. "I know." After we hung up, I went to the bathroom because I felt gross and wired, like my skin had been rubbed with static. I tried not to look at the mirror. I really did. I kept my eyes low, focused on the sink, on the toothpaste cap, on a water spot on the faucet. The mirror was there anyway, a flat presence above the counter. When I turned the shower on, steam started curling up, softening everything. I stripped, and stepped in. The water was hot enough to sting. I wanted to burn them all out of me. When I got out, dripping, I reached for my towel and my eyes flicked up by accident. Just a glance. My reflection was late. Not by a lot. Not like a full second. Like the tiniest delay you get when a video call lags. I lifted my hand. In the mirror, my hand lifted a beat after mine did. My heart slammed so hard it hurt. I jerked my gaze away and grabbed my towel with shaking hands. "Stop," I whispered, like my reflection could hear me. "Just stop." I dried off too fast, skin raw. I got dressed without looking up again. I left the bathroom light on because the darkness in the hallway suddenly felt like a mouth. Back in my room, I tried to act normal. I booted up Minecraft again. I told myself, "You're tired. You're stressed. You're seeing patterns." But then, on my creative world, I saw a player avatar wearing my exact skin, standing on a rooftop across the city I'd built. It wasn't my account. My name wasn't above it. It didn't move like a random server troll either. It moved like it knew me, like it was watching through the screen. My mouse hand froze. The avatar placed a block, then another. It started building something. A shape, a frame, a door. I slammed my laptop shut so hard the hinge squealed. My phone buzzed. A text from Ryan. "Bro, I think I'm losing it." Before I could even answer, another buzz. "Kyle, due to you seeing shit." Another buzz. "Emily, call me. Now." My fingers felt clumsy on the screen. I hit Emily's name and brought the phone to my ear. She picked up immediately. I heard her breathing hard, like she'd been running. "It's real," she said, and then she broke. Full ugly sobs. Emily, who never cried in front of anyone, sounded like she was drowning. I saw it. I saw it in my kitchen window, and it didn't move when I moved. It just stood there like it was waiting for me to do something. "Emily, slow down," I said, but my voice was shaking too. "I'm not crazy," she choked out. "Please, tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm going nuts." I stared at my closed laptop like it could open by itself. My room felt too quiet, like it was listening. "You're not crazy," I said, and the honesty tasted like bile. I saw it too. Emily made this small sound, like relief and terror punched each other in her throat. "It called me," she whispered. "What?" "It called me," she repeated, voice dropping. Not like a normal number. Like, my phone lit up and it said it was me. My own number. And I didn't answer. I didn't, but left a voicemail. My scalp prickled. What did it say? Emily hesitated. When she spoke again, she sounded like she was reading something she didn't understand. It said, "You shouldn't have dialed." My stomach turned to ice. And then Emily whispered, it said my name, the way my mom says it when she's mad. I sat down on my bed because my legs stopped trusting me. "What time is it for you?" I asked, stupidly, like time could save us. Emily sniffed hard. 3. It's 3 in the morning. I looked at my own clock. 3:04. Emily kept talking, fast now, panicked. "I can't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I feel like someone's standing over me." I cover my mirror with a towel, and I swear I heard scratching from underneath it. Like nails. "Emily," I said, and I didn't know what I was trying to do. Calm her down? Calm myself down? Okay. Listen, don't look at it. Don't go near mirrors." "Already did," she whispered. "Already looked." And it smiled. My throat tightened. It smiled. "I didn't smile," Emily said, and she sounded furious, like that mattered. Like the difference between her and it was the last thin line. I was crying, and it smiled like it was happy I was scared. I heard a muffled voice in the background on her end. Maybe her mom. Maybe a TV. Emily sucked in a breath like she was trying not to be heard. "I think it's getting closer," she whispered. "I think it's learning." "Learning what?" "How to be me," Emily said. "How to fit." My phone buzzed again mid-call. A notification slid across the screen. "Missed call, unknown." Then another. "Missed call, unknown." Then, like a punch, my phone lit up with an incoming call. The caller ID wasn't unknown anymore. It was my contact card. My name. My number. My stomach dropped so hard it felt like my organs shifted. Emily was still on the line. "What's happening?" she whispered. My phone, I couldn't even finish. The screen glowed in my hand. My own name stared back at me. My own number. My thumb hovered over decline. "Don't answer," Emily said, voice sharp with sudden clarity. "Don't answer it." I should have listened. But then I heard something. Not through the phone. In my room. A small, wet sound like someone pressing their lips together. I looked up. My closet door was open a crack. I never leave it open. And in the black gap, there was a sliver of pale skin catching the faint light from my hallway. A face. My face. Except the eyes were wrong. Not different color. Not glowing. Just too still. Like the muscles behind them weren't human. I froze so hard my lungs forgot what to do. My phone kept ringing. The vibration buzzed against my palm like an insect trying to burrow in. Emily whispered my name like a warning. The thing in the closet shifted, slow, like it didn't want to startle me. Like it was being polite. Then I saw its mouth move. It wasn't speaking out loud. It was mouthing along with Emily's voice coming through the phone, matching her words a half-second late. Like my reflection in the bathroom. Like it had been practicing. My thumb hit decline so hard it almost cracked the screen. The ringing stopped. For one blessed second, nothing happened. Then my phone buzzed with a new voicemail notification. No missed call banner. No number. Just new voicemail one. Emily's breathing was ragged. "Don't listen to it," she said. "Please, don't." The closet thing smiled. Not wide. Not theatrical. Just enough to show understood what I wanted. It wanted me to choose. My hand moved on its own, like I wasn't in charge anymore. Like the part of me that loved urban legends, that loved proving things, reached out and grabbed the wheel. I tapped the voicemail. Static hissed. The kind you get when you put your ear too close to an old TV. Then my own voice came through the speaker. Not a recording of me from school. Not some glitch copy. It was me, but cleaner. Flatter. Like my voice after it's been sanded down. "Operational notes," it said, and I felt my stomach try to crawl out through my ribs. "If you want to keep your life, follow them." Behind me, from the closet, something breathed in sync with me, out of sync with me. My own voice on the voicemail continued, calm as a teacher, giving instructions. "Rule 1, it said, do not look at mirrors when you're alone." The thing in the closet leaned forward slightly, like it was listening too. "Rule 2, my voice said, if you see yourself in a crowd, don't follow. Don't point. Don't react. Walk away like you didn't notice." Emily made a small sobbing sound on the call, like she already knew those rules in her bones. "Rule 3, my voice said, and this time it sounded almost amused. If your reflection smiles first, leave the room immediately. Don't turn your back to the glass until you're out." The closet thing smiled a little wider. "Rule 4, my voice said, keep one light on while you sleep. It feels safe. It isn't, but slows it down." My skin crawled. A deceptively safe rule, delivered like a joke. "Rule 5, my voice said, and the words slowed like it wanted me to savor them. If you hear your own voice call your name from inside your house, answer out loud. Don't whisper. Don't think it. Say it. If you don't, it gets to say it for you." The voicemail clicked off. Silence swelled in my room, thick and heavy. Emily's voice on a live call was shaking. What did it say? I couldn't speak. My tongue felt glued to the roof of my mouth. The thing in the closet lifted its hand slow and pressed its fingertips against the inside of the door like it was behind glass. Like it was testing a barrier. Then it tapped once. A soft knock. The sound at my spine like a nail. And then, without moving its lips, it mouthed something at me. 2 words. Perfectly shaped. Next time, my phone buzzed again. A text came through from a number I didn't recognize. Just a photo. A picture of a yellow Post-it note stuck to the inside of a closet door. My closet door. The handwriting was mine. I recognized my own lazy slant. But I hadn't written it. The note said, "Don't let it finish your sentence." I stared at it until my eyes watered. Behind me, the closet thing shifted like it was getting comfortable. Emily whispered, "Are you there?" I tried to answer, but my voice cracked. I cleared my throat and forced the words out, louder than felt safe. Yeah, I said. I'm here. From the closet, my own voice answered at the exact same time. Yeah, it said too. And it wasn't coming through the phone. I didn't hang up on Emily. I couldn't. My thumb hovered over the red button like it would solve anything, like ending the call would end the problem. Instead, I just stood there with my phone pressed to my ear, staring at the thin crack of darkness in my closet like it was a wound. Emily kept whispering my name like she was trying to keep me awake. You said you heard it, she said. In your room. Yeah, I managed. My throat felt sandpapered. It sits here. What do you mean here? Her breath hitched. Like in your house. I swallowed, and my stomach rolled like I just stepped off a ride. In my closet. The closet thing. Me moved again, slow and careful. It didn't rush. It didn't lunge. It acted like it had all the time in the world. Emily made a noise like she was trying not to cry and failing. What are you doing? I don't know, I whispered. Don't whisper, she snapped, suddenly harsh, and I froze. Rule 5. Don't whisper. Answer out loud. Right? The voicemail. The rules. My own voice giving me a procedure like a customer service call. I forced myself to speak louder, even though it felt like ringing a dinner bell. I'm standing by my bed. I'm not moving. The closet thing's mouth moved just barely. I'm standing by my bed. It mouthed along with me. Half a beat late. Like it couldn't quite keep up, like my words were a leash it was learning to hold. Emily whispered, then caught herself and corrected. Louder. Get out of the room. Back toward the door. Don't turn your back on the closet. I took one step. My heel bumped the bed frame. The sound was too sharp. The closet thing lifted its hand again, fingertips against the inside of the door, and tapped twice. Not frantic, not angry, impatient. My phone screen lit up again. Incoming call. My own name. My own number. The ringtone was the one I picked because it was basic and didn't annoy me. Some little synth chirp that now sounded like a heart monitor. Emily heard it through the speaker and made a small panicked sound. Don't answer. I didn't. I'll let it ring. In the closet, the copy tilted its head like it was listening to the ringtone too. Then the call stopped, immediately replaced by another. And another. It wasn't just trying to get me to pick up. It was trying to fill the air with me. My name, my sound, my number, my identity shoved into my face until I caved. I backed up again, slow, eyes locked on the closet crack. My hand hit the doorknob. Cold metal. My fingers didn't want to close. Emily's voice was ragged. If it gets you on the line, it can talk to you. Don't give it that. Don't give it anything. It already did, I said too loud. It left a voicemail. Yeah, but it didn't get you to answer, Emily said. That matters. That has to matter. I pulled the door open and stepped into the hallway, never breaking eye contact with the closet. From here, I could see the bathroom across the hall. Dark mirror, sink, the towel I'd left crumpled on the counter like a dead animal. The closet thing leaned forward into the crack a little more. And for the first time, I saw its shoulders. It had my hoodie on. My hoodie. The one I was wearing. My skin prickled. I looked down. I was still wearing my hoodie, which meant it wasn't wearing my hoodie. It was wearing a perfect copy. It had its own version of everything. Every thread, every stain, even the little frayed cuff where my stupid habit of chewing on it had destroyed the fabric. I shut my door without slamming it, but the latch still clicked like a gun cocking. For 1 second, the hallway felt safer. Then the closet door inside my room creaked. Not a lot, just enough to say, I'm still here. I can still move. I can still change the world without you seeing. I walked backward down the hall until my back hit the wall near the stairs. I realized my hand was shaking so hard my phone rattled against my ear. Emily was still there, breathing like she was running too. We have to call Rachel, she said. She said she can help. She can. Emily snapped. She knows something. She always knows something. She's just scared. Rachel doesn't get scared, I said, and my voice came out bitter because tonight proved she absolutely did. Emily made this ugly laugh sob. Everybody gets scared. Call her. I did. Put Emily on speaker so she could hear. Rachel answered on the first ring like she'd been staring at her phone waiting for it to light up. "Don't tell me you listened," she said immediately. Emily's voice cut in, fierce. "We did, okay? We listened. Because we're not psychic like you, Rachel. Now help us." Rachel exhaled, long and shaky. "Where are you?" "At my house," I said. "It's in my closet." Rachel went quiet. Then, in this clipped tone like she was forcing herself into action, "Okay, lights on. Every light. Hallway, bathroom, bedroom, closet if you can, but don't open it. Rule 4 says keep one light on," I said, and my voice sounded stupid even to me. "That voicemail is not a friend," Rachel snapped. "It's a manual written by the thing that wants you. Lights on buys you time. Dark buys it space." Emily swore under her breath. "What is it?" Rachel didn't answer right away. I heard a thump and realized she was probably pacing too. "Do you remember freshman year?" she said, when Tyler Wren disappeared. My stomach tightened. The name hit like a distant bell. He didn't disappear. He moved. His family moved. "That's what everybody said," Rachel replied. "That's what the school said. That's what his mom told people because she was embarrassed. Or terrified. Or both." Emily's voice cracked. "Rachel, what are you talking about?" Rachel swallowed audibly. "Tyler's older brother is my cousin. I was at their house that summer. Tyler was weird. Like he was always watching his own hands. Always taking selfies, staring at them like he was comparing. Like something was off. My chest felt tight, like the air in the hallway got thicker." Rachel continued. "One night we were playing video games in his room and he kept glancing at his mirror. Like he was waiting for it to move wrong. Then her voice broke. She recovered fast, angry at herself. He just threw a towel over it and told us not to touch it. Told us if we heard him call our name from the bathroom, not to answer. We laughed at him." Emily whispered, then corrected herself louder. "Did he do the number thing?" "I don't know," Rachel said. "He wouldn't say. But 2 days later, he went to brush his teeth, and his mom heard him yelling in the bathroom. She thought he'd slipped. She ran in, and he was standing in front of the mirror, just staring. And he kept saying, 'Stop copying me. Stop copying me.' Like it was a person." My throat went dry again. Rachel said, "His brother tried to pull him back from the sink, and Tyler screamed like he was being dragged by something. Then the towel fell off the mirror, and his brother said he saw Tyler's reflection reach out first." Emily made a small sound like she'd been punched. Rachel's voice went dead flat. Then Tyler was gone. His mom was screaming. His brother punched the mirror and cut his hands open, and there was blood everywhere, but Tyler was gone. I stared at the bathroom mirror across the hall like it could open and swallow me right now. "His reflection?" I asked. Rachel's silence was answer enough. Emily spoke through tears, angry and terrified. "So it takes you. It doesn't take you like a monster grabs you," Rachel said. "It swaps you, or it replaces you. And the thing that replaces you looks close enough that people don't notice until it starts doing little shit wrong. Smiling at the wrong time. Using phrases you never use. Saying your name like it tastes good." My skin crawled. I thought of them all. Of my face in the crowd, not looking at me. Just existing like it belonged. "Why us?" Emily said. "Why now?" Rachel let out a breath. "Because you knocked. That stupid challenge. That stupid moment in the bathroom stall. That giggling relief when the number was unavailable. We didn't call nothing. We called them." Rachel said, "You made contact. You made a link. And now the other side is tugging it." My phone buzzed again. Another call from me. This time, the vibration felt like it came from inside my bones. Emily's voice went sharp. "It's calling again. Don't answer," Rachel said fast. "If you answer, you let it speak to you directly. You let it learn your rhythm, your pauses, your little words. It's already close. Don't make it perfect." "What do I do?" I said, and hated how small I sounded. "Just stay awake forever." Rachel hesitated. "There's a way to weaken it." Emily instantly. "Tell us." Rachel's voice got lower. "It mimics. It follows. It's anchored to you through attention, through observation, through the mirror line. So you have to starve it." "That sounds like bullshit," Emily snapped. Rachel didn't rise to it. You stop giving it opportunities. No meters, no crowds, no cameras pointed at your face, no FaceTime, no selfies, no video games where it can show up as your skin, no reflective windows. If you have to pass a mirror, cover it. If you see it, don't stare. Staring is like opening your mouth. Rule book, I muttered. Rachel's voice sharpened. Also, don't let it finish your sentence. I felt my stomach flip. I didn't tell her about the post-it. I didn't have to. Emily went still. What? Rachel said, if it talks over you, if it echoes you, if you start a phrase and it completes it, she swallowed. It's practicing. It's syncing. If it ever speaks at the exact same time as you, if it matches you perfectly, it can lock you out. Lock me out of what? I asked, even though I already knew. Rachel's voice went thin. Out of being you. In my room, something thudded softly, like a footstep on carpet. Rachel said, "Where's your mom?" "Downstairs, watching TV, wrapping gifts, living her normal life." "She's home," I said. "Do not tell her," Rachel said immediately. "Not yet." Emily snapped, "Why not?" "Because if she looks at you like you're crazy," Rachel said, "and you start doubting yourself, you'll stare at a mirror to check, and it will get you. Parents do not help with this shit. They make it worse." I wanted to argue, but something else happened. From the far end of the hallway, downstairs, I heard my mom call my name. Not yelling, not panicked, just normal. "Hey, do you want hot cocoa?" My whole body went rigid. Rachel's voice in my ear. If you hear your own voice call your name from inside your house. That wasn't my voice. It was my mom, but my heart didn't care. It still slammed like I was in danger. Emily whispered, caught herself, said louder, answer out loud. I forced air through my throat. "Yeah, Mom. In a minute." Downstairs, my mom replied, "Okay. Normal. Real. My mom." But then, closer, inside my room, something else called my name. It used my mom's voice too. Perfectly. "Hey," it said, soft and coaxing. "Come here." My stomach dropped straight through the floor. Rachel's breath hissed. That's it. It's trying to get you to respond to it. Don't." Emily's voice was shaking but stubborn. "Don't answer it. Don't even tell it no." The closet thing was learning voices now. Not just mine. My mom's. It was stealing sound like it was stealing skin. I backed down the stairs. I didn't like leaving the hallway. I didn't like turning my back to my bedroom door. But staying up there felt like waiting to be taken. Rachel said, "Go somewhere with no mirrors. Basement if you have one. Or the living room. Anywhere with windows covered." We didn't have a basement. We had a living room with a big black TV that reflected like a dead mirror. I stepped down into the living room anyway, keeping my phone close like it could protect me. My mom was on the couch with wrapping paper on the coffee table. She looked up, smiling. "Jesus, you look pale," she said. "Are you sick?" I tried to make my face move correctly. Tried to act like a normal person whose closet wasn't occupied by an alternate version of him. "I'm fine," I said too fast. My mom's eyes narrowed. "What's going on?" Behind me, the TV screen showed my reflection. A dark ghost version of me standing in the room. I did not look. I kept my eyes on my mom's hands, on the scissors, on the glittery tape. "Nothing," I said again. "Just tired." Emily was still on speaker, but I turned the volume down. Rachel too. They were both still there, like two voices on the edge of my sanity. My mom stood up. "You're sweating. Come here." "No," I snapped automatically. Her face hardened. "Excuse me." I swallowed hard, forced myself to soften my tone without sounding insane. "I mean, I am okay. I'm just going to sit." My mom watched me like she didn't buy it, but she went back to the couch. I sat in the armchair, hands clenched in my lap. My phone buzzed with a new text. "Kyle." I broke my bathroom mirror and it got worse. "Ryan." It keeps standing behind me when I look at my phone screen. My chest tightened. Emily whispered into the speaker like she'd forgotten not to. Kyle broke the mirror. Rachel snapped. "Speak up. No whispering. Whispering is giving it your breath." Emily corrected, voice louder and trembling. Kyle broke a mirror. It got worse. Rachel's reply was instant. Of course it did. What do you mean, of course? I hissed, try not to let my mom hear. Rachel said, it's not trapped in the mirror like a genie. The mirror is a boundary. Breaking boundaries doesn't kill what's on the other side. It just makes holes. I thought of Tyler Ren's brother punching the mirror. Blood everywhere. Tyler gone. My stomach lurched. I typed fast to Kyle, don't break anything. Cover it. Get away from it. He replied almost immediately. Kyle, it's in my hallway now. My mom says I'm being dramatic. Ryan sent another. Ryan, mine just called me. My number. My voice. Emily started crying again on speaker. This is happening to all of us. Rachel said, yeah, and whoever answers first loses first. I stared at my mom's Christmas wrapping like it was happening in another universe. She hummed along with the TV commercials, completely unaware my whole life was turning into a trap. Another buzz. A number I didn't know. A photo again. This time it was the same post-it, but it wasn't in my closet. It was stuck to my bathroom mirror. I couldn't see it from here. Not directly, but the photo showed it perfectly centered, like someone stood right in front of the glass and took it. The post-it had new writing under the old line. Don't let it finish your sentence. And don't start one you can't end. My throat went tight. Rachel's voice in my ear. It's sending you those? I hadn't told her about the first one. My skin prickled like she was inside my head. I'm getting pictures, I said quietly. Rachel went silent for half a second. Then, grim, it wants you to look at where it is. It wants your attention aimed at the mirror. Emily's voice shook. So what do we do? Rachel didn't answer right away. When she did, she sounded exhausted. We do what Tyler's brother did before he panicked, she said. We cover every reflective surface, every mirror, every window at night, every black screen that can show your face. You make your house ugly. You make it blind. That's impossible, Emily said. Then die, Rachel snapped. I'm sorry. I'm not sugarcoating this. You already opened the door. Emily flinched like she'd been slapped, and I wanted to defend her, but Rachel wasn't wrong. Sugarcoating was for normal problems. I stood up, ignoring my mom's glance, and started pulling the throw blanket off the couch. What are you doing? Mom asked. Cleaning, I said, which sounded insane because it was. I draped the blanket over the TV screen. It looked stupid. It also made me feel like I could breathe again. My mom frowned. Why are you covering the TV? Because I started, and then my stomach twisted. Don't start a sentence you can't end. I forced an ending that didn't invite questions. Because the glare is annoying. My mom looked at me like I'd grown a second head. The glare. Yeah, I said, voice too firm. It's bothering me. She huffed, annoyed but didn't push. I moved through the house like a thief, covering reflective things with towels and shirts. The microwave door, the shiny picture frames, the little mirror by the front door my mom used to check her hair. I avoided my bathroom like it was radioactive. All the while, my phone kept buzzing with calls from my own number, off and on, like a heartbeat. Rachel stayed on speaker, giving instructions like a dispatcher. Do not go into your room, she said. Not yet. I need my charger, I muttered. Use a different one, or let your phone die. I don't care. Emily's voice was small. Rachel, what are you doing? Where are you? Rachel hesitated. Getting my dad's toolbox. What? Rachel's breath hitched. There's a mirror in my room. I covered it, but I can't hear tapping behind it. Like nails. I'm not waiting. I'm going to seal it. With what? Plywood, Rachel said. Screws. Tape. Whatever I've got. I pictured Rachel, fearless Rachel, sweating and shaking in her bedroom with a drill. The thought made my chest ache. You said breaking boundaries makes holes, I said. Isn't screwing into the wall. I'm not breaking the glass, Rachel snapped. I'm covering it. Hard. No gaps. No peeking. No just checking. Emily made a weak sound. I can't do that. My mom will flip if I start boarding up mirrors. Then tell her you dropped something and cracked it, Rachel said. Lie. I don't care. Your mother's feelings are not the priority. My mom, 2 rooms away, laughed at something on TV. Her life was still normal. For now. Upstairs in my room, the closet thing shifted again. I heard it faintly through the ceiling. A slow drag of fabric. A whisper of movement. Like it was walking, learning the space. I realized my house wasn't blind yet. My upstairs hallway had a mirror on the wall, my mom's decor. I'd forgotten it, and it was right outside my bedroom door. I stare at the stairs. Rachel's voice, "Don't go up." But if the closet thing left my room, that mirror was the first boundary it would reach. If it reached it, my phone buzzed with a text from Ryan. "Ryan, it's not just in mirrors. It's in my phone camera." When I open it, I'm already smiling. I felt my stomach drop again. Emily sobbed softly. Rachel's voice went harsh. "Stop opening your camera, Ryan." Ryan replied, "I didn't. It opens itself." A chill crawled up my arms. My mom called from the couch. "Hot cocoa's ready. You want some or not?" I opened my mouth to answer. And from upstairs, I heard my mom's voice answer first. Clear as day. "Yeah, Mom." In a minute, my blood turned to ice. My mom froze, spoon in hand. She stared up toward the stairs. I didn't breathe. My mom's eyes shifted to me. "Was that you?" My mouth was dry. My brain screamed, "Don't whisper, answer out loud." "It wasn't me," I said, and my voice sounded wrong even to me. My mom's face tightened. "Okay, that's not funny. I'm not joking," I said louder. "I didn't say that." She stood up, irritation sharpening into concern. "Then who did?" My skin prickled. If she went upstairs and looked down the hall and saw my face. Crowds and mirrors. Observation and attention. The thing wanted witnesses. It wanted confirmation from someone other than me. "Mom," I said, stepping toward her. "Don't go up there." She stopped, eyes narrowing. "Why?" "Because my life is splitting open like a fruit. Because there's me in my closet. Because if you see it, it learns how you see me." I couldn't say any of that. I couldn't even start it. So I did the only thing I could. I made it about something she understood. "I had a nightmare," I said, and hated myself for it. "Okay, I'm freaked out. Just don't go up there. Please." My mom's anger softened into confusion. "A nightmare made you cover the TV?" "Yes," I said, pushing it, forcing conviction. "It was stupid. I don't want to see reflections right now. It's making me anxious." She stared at me for a long moment. Then she sighed, the kind of sigh parents do when they decide not to fight a battle they don't understand. "Fine," she said, "but you're talking to someone about this. After break, maybe the school counselor." "Sure." I lied, because there wasn't a counselor for mirror dimensions. My phone buzzed again. Photo. This time it wasn't a post-it. It was a video thumbnail. A pause frame on my upstairs hallway mirror. And in it, reflected, my bedroom door was open. The closet thing stood in the doorway. Half in shadow, half in light. Smiling. My heart slammed. I hadn't opened my bedroom door. I hadn't gone upstairs. Which meant it had. It had left my room. Rachel's voice went sharp in my ear. "What did you get?" "It's out," I said, and my voice cracked. "It's in the hall." Emily screamed softly, muffled like she had her hand over her mouth. Rachel swore. Okay, you need to keep your mother downstairs. Do not let her see it." My mom's eyes snapped to my face. "See what?" I almost flinched. I forced myself to smile like nothing was wrong, like I wasn't about to puke. "Nothing," I said too fast again. My mom's expression hardened. "You're lying." I didn't answer. My brain was stuck on the video frame, the mirror, the hallway, my bedroom door open, the copy standing there like it owned my house. A soft sound came from upstairs. Footsteps. Slow. Careful. My mom heard it too. Her eyes went up toward the ceiling. "Is someone up there?" she asked, voice suddenly tight. "No," I said, louder than I meant to. The footsteps continued. 1, 2, then a pause. Then in my mom's voice, right above us, like someone leaning over the stair rail, it called, "Hey, come here." My mom's face went white. I stood between her and the stairs instinctively, like my body knew it had to block her. "Mom," I said, and my voice shook, but I kept it loud. "Go to the kitchen. Lock the back door. Just do it." Her eyes were wide. What the hell is happening? I couldn't answer. I couldn't start it. And I couldn't let her go upstairs. The footsteps started again, heavier now, like whoever or whatever was walking had decided being careful wasn't necessary anymore. Rachel's voice was in my ear like a knife. Do you have a front door with a peephole? A window? Anything reflective? We have a hallway mirror upstairs. I whispered, then caught myself. We have a hallway mirror. Cover it, Rachel said. If it's in that hall, the mirror is feeding it. It's like a runway. How do I cover it if it's standing next to it? Rachel didn't hesitate. You don't cover it. You remove the mirror. My stomach lurched. You said don't break boundaries. I said don't shatter glass, Rachel snapped. If you can take it off the wall and lay it face down, do it. You isolate it. You take away the reflection line. Emily cried. How? How do you do that without seeing it? Rachel's voice went cold. You don't go alone. I stared at my mom. She was shaking, confused and terrified, but she was real, solid, human, and she had no idea she was about to be dragged into something she couldn't understand. The footsteps were on the stairs now. One step down, another. My mom made a small strangled sound. On the third step, a shadow fell across the wall. I did not look up. I refused. I stared at the carpet fibers, at the pattern, and my own shoes. From above, my voice spoke. My name, it said softly. Say it. Rule 5. If you hear your own voice call your name from inside your house, answer out loud. Don't whisper. Say it. But this wasn't my voice on a voicemail. This was my voice in my stairwell. Rachel's voice hissed through the speaker. Don't. Not to that. Emily said, desperate. What do we do then? The copy's voice, my voice, coaxed. Come on. Say it. You know it. My mom whispered, who is that? Mom, I said, and forced my voice loud and steady. Do you trust me? She stared at me like she didn't, like she wanted to, like she didn't know who I was anymore. Do you? I repeated. Her mouth trembled. Yes. Then don't look up, I said. Whatever happens, don't look up the stairs. She shook her head, tears welling. Okay. From above, the copy laughed, quiet, delighted. Good, it said. She listens. Why don't you? My skin crawled. I backed toward the kitchen, guiding my mom without touching her too hard, like she was a skittish animal. We moved as one unit, eyes down, refusing to look up. The copy's footsteps followed, slow, savoring it. It could have rushed us. It could have run down the stairs and grabbed us. It didn't. It wanted me to make choices. It wanted me to speak. In the kitchen, I shoved the back door lock closed. My mom did it too, hence clumsy. Then the copy's voice came again from the living room doorway. You did such a good job, it said in my mom's voice now. Come here. My mom jerked like she'd been shocked. Her eyes darted toward the doorway, toward the reflection of the microwave, the dark glass of the oven, the little shiny kettle. I slapped a towel over the microwave door so fast it felt like swatting a bug. Don't look, I said, and my voice cracked. My mom started crying, silent tears streaming down her face. This isn't funny. This isn't. It's not funny, I said, my chest hurt. I'm sorry. Just stay here. Rachel's voice cut in, urgent. Listen, I know this sounds insane, but you have to trap it. Ow, I hissed. Rachel said, mirrors are doors. Reflections are permission. It needs you to agree with it. It needs you to confirm it. My stomach twisted. Confirm it how? Rachel's voice got tight. By answering it. By responding when it uses your name. By letting it speak as you. By letting it finish your sentence. My eyes flicked to the kitchen knife block without thinking. Not because I wanted to stab it, because my brain wanted something solid. Something simple. Something that could hurt a thing that felt too abstract. Emily's voice on the call was thin and trembling. Rachel, is there a way to undo the link? Like the call. We did it. Can we reverse it? Rachel went quiet for a beat. Then she said, yes. My heart jumped. What? Rachel swallowed. Tyler's brother told me something later. After Tyler was moved, he got drunk at a family thing and started talking like his mouth couldn't stop. He said Tyler had been trying to do a reset, a return call. Emily's breath hitched. What does that mean? Rachel said, "You called your number backward. That's the knock. The reset is calling it forward, but not your normal number. The backward one. You call it again, but you don't hang up. You don't accept the unavailable. You stay connected." "That makes no sense," I said, voice shaking. "None of this makes sense," Rachel snapped. "Listen to me. You dial the backward number again. You keep it open. You speak your full name out loud, clearly, over and over. You don't whisper. You don't pause. You don't let it talk over you. You don't let it finish anything. You flood the line with you." Emily whispered, then corrected herself louder. "And then what?" Rachel's voice trembled. "And if it's close enough, if it's already in your house, it gets pulled back toward the strongest signal, toward the line, toward the mirror boundary. It's like you're turning the connection into a hook." My hand was shaking so hard, I almost dropped my phone. "And if it's already halfway through?" I asked. Rachel didn't answer immediately. "Rachel," Emily said, voice rising, "if it's already halfway." Rachel's voice came out small. "Then you might pull yourself too." Cold flooded my chest. My mom grabbed my arm. Her fingers were icy. "Who are you talking to?" she whispered. "My friends," I said loud, then softer. "Mom, you have to listen to me, okay?" She nodded, eyes wide, tears still rolling. I stared toward the living room doorway. I could hear the copy's footsteps on the hardwood now. Slow, patient. It was walking around my house like it was touring, and it still hadn't shown me its face directly since the closet. It didn't need to. It was using voices instead. It was controlling where my attention went. My phone buzzed. Text from Ryan. It just walked into my kitchen. My dad said, "Who's that?" And it said me. Text from Kyle. My reflection is ahead of me now, like it's predicting me. Emily made a strangled sob. Ryan's dad saw it. Rachel's voice went razor sharp. If someone else sees it, it gets stronger. It becomes real faster. My stomach sank. "Then we're screwed." "No," Rachel said, and her voice had that stubborn heat again. "We're not. We just have to move now. All of you." "Or do we coordinate?" Emily said. "We can't meet." "Crowds." "Not meet," Rachel said. "Synchronize. You all do the reset call at the same time. You flood the line from 4 directions. You make it choose." "That's insane," Emily said, but she sounded like she wanted to believe it. Rachel said, "It's already choosing you. Choose back." The copy's voice drifted into the kitchen, gentle in my own tone now. "I can't hear you." My mom gasped, a hand flying to her mouth. Rachel's voice went tight. "It can hear the phone. Put on speaker, but face it down. Don't let it see your face in the screen." I did it, hands clumsy, and slid the phone face down on the counter like it was a bomb. The copy's footsteps approached the kitchen doorway. I still refused to look. My eyes stayed on the floor tiles, on a crumb near the trash can, on anything but the doorway. The copy said, softly, "You don't have to be scared. I'm you." Emily started sobbing again on speaker. Rachel said loud, "Don't respond." The copy chuckled. "She's listening. She's smart. You're not." It was taunting me. It wanted me to snap back. It wanted my voice. My mom's fingers dug into my arm. "Sweetie," she whispered, trembling, "what is that?" I forced myself to answer her out loud, because whispering felt like feeding it. "Mom, stay behind me. Do not look at it." The copy said in my mom's voice, right behind me, "Look at him. He's lying to you." My mom flinched, eyes darting. I stepped closer, blocking her view. "Mom," eyes on me. Her eyes locked on mine. She nodded hard, like she was clinging to that simple instruction. Rachel's voice on speaker. "This is the point. It's trying to split your attention. Keep your mother anchored. Then do the call." Emily cried. "Now? Right now?" Rachel said, "Yes. Now. While it's close. While it's here and not across town." My chest pounded. My hand was slick with sweat. I stared at my mom's face and tried to memorize it, like I might need to remember what real looked like. "Mom," I said, voice steady on purpose. "No matter what you hear, no matter what it says, do not answer it. Do not repeat your name. Do not repeat my name. Just keep your eyes on me." She nodded again, tears shaking off her eyelashes. The copy sighed, theatrically annoyed. You're making this hard. I didn't respond. I grabbed my phone, still face down, and backed into the pantry where there were no reflective surfaces. Border shelves, boxes, darkness that smelled like cereal and dust. Rachel's voice came through tinny. Dial the backward number. Now, my fingers shook as I typed my number backwards. Every digit felt like an admission. I hit call. It rang. One ring. Two. The automated voice started to speak. The number you have dialed. Don't hang up, Rachel barked. I didn't. I held it there, listening to the unavailable message loop in the dead air after, like I was holding a line open to a place that hated me. Rachel said, now say your full name. Loud, clear, no pauses. Don't let your voice trail off. My mouth went dry. I said anyway. My name is... I almost stopped. Don't start a sentence you can't end. I forced it. My name is my full name. My name is my full name. My name is my full name. My voice sounded strange in the small pantry. Too loud. Too alive. Behind me, from the kitchen doorway, the copy repeated, half a beat late, my name is... I kept going. I didn't let it catch up. I didn't let it match me. My name is my full name. My name is my full name. Rachel's voice was hard in my ear. Good. Faster. Don't give it gaps. I rattled it off, breathless like a chant. My name is my full name. My name is my full name. My name is... From the kitchen, the copy's voice snapped, suddenly louder, trying to cut over mine. My name is... I felt it like a hand reaching for my throat. I pushed my voice louder, uglier. My name is my full name. The copy's voice faltered for the first time. Like it choked. A thud sounded in the kitchen. My mom cried out. Mom! I yelled, but I didn't stop chanting my name. I couldn't. If I stopped, it would fill the silence. My name is my full name. My name is... The copy's voice surged again, in perfect sync for one terrifying moment. My name is... And my whole body went cold, because for that fraction of a second it matched me exactly. The post-it flashed in my mind. Don't let it finish your sentence. I bit my tongue. Hard. Pain exploded in my mouth, metallic and hot. My voice broke, stuttered, and I forced it back, not matching it, not syncing. My eyes spat blood. My name is my full name. The copy cursed, my voice warped with anger. Stop. The pantry door shuttered. Not a gentle knock. A hit. My mom screamed my name, real this time, terrified. The copy roared, say it. I didn't answer it. I didn't even tell it no. I kept chanting, blood on my teeth. My name is my full name. My name is... The phone line crackled, not like a bad connection, but like something moving through it, like static turning into a breath. Rachel's voice was frantic. Do you feel that? Yes, I croaked. Emily was sobbing in the background, repeating her own name too, her voice breaking and coming back. Kyle's voice joined, shaky, somewhere on the call. Ryan too, cursing, chanting, trying to keep his voice from falling into whisper. For teenagers in 4 houses, saying their own names over and over into a dead line like idiots. And the dead line listened. The pantry door slammed again. Harder. The shelf rattled. A cereal box tipped and spilled dry loops onto the floor. The copy's voice came through the crack under the door, coaxing, sweet now. Open it, it said in my mom's voice. It's okay. I'm scared too. My heart clenched automatically. And that was the trap. Sympathy, familiarity, the shape of a normal moment. I kept chanting, my name is my full name. The copy's voice shifted, suddenly mine again, flat and cold. You can't keep your mouth moving forever. The pantry light flickered. Once, twice. Then the air changed. It got colder, sharper, like someone had opened a freezer. The phone line made a sound like a deep inhale. From the other side of the pantry door, the copy's breathing hitched. For the first time, it sounded scared. Rachel's voice went hard. It's pulling. Keep going. I shouted my name until my throat felt shredded. The pantry door stopped shaking. Silence. For one terrifying second, I thought it had given up. Then something scraped across the floor outside, like a body being dragged. My mom cried out again, and this time her voice was farther away, like she'd backed up into the living room. The copy made a strange sound, half a laugh, half a choke. "No," it said, and it sounded like it meant it, like it didn't want to go. My phone line crackled harder. A low hum built, like a transformer warming up. And then, from upstairs, from the hallway mirror, I heard a sound that didn't belong in my house. A wet peel, like tape being ripped off skin. The copy screamed, not a horror movie scream, not dramatic, a real, furious scream. My scream, twisted with panic. The pantry door burst open. I flinched back instinctively, eyes still down, and saw bare feet on the kitchen tile. My feet. They slid backward across the floor like the body attached to them was being yanked by an invisible rope. The copy's hands clawed at the doorway, fingernails scraping wood. I saw its fingers, my fingers white-knuckled, shaking. It tried to speak over me again, to steal the chant, to match. "My name is..." I didn't let it. I screamed mine louder, blood and spit flying. "My name is my full name." The copy's mouth snapped shut like something had slapped it. Its body jerked backward again, dragged out of sight, toward the living room, toward the stairs, toward the upstairs hall mirror like it was being reeled in. I stumbled out of the pantry, still chanting, and saw my mom on the couch, curled into herself, eyes squeezed shut, hands over her ears like a child. The blanket was still over the TV. The microwave was covered. The kitchen was blind. But upstairs, the hallway mirror was uncovered, and the copy was being pulled toward it. I ran toward the stairs, still refusing to look up. Rachel's voice screamed through the phone, "Don't chase it. Don't follow it toward the mirror." But if it reached that mirror and turned and smiled first. Rule 3. I couldn't let it get a clean moment. I couldn't let it look back at me. I stood at the bottom of the stairs, chanting, and I heard the copy's feet hit the steps, sliding upward, backward, thumping as it was dragged. Thump, thump, thump. It sounded like someone being hauled up to an execution. The copy tried to dig its heels in. Scraped wood. Nails. Then the sound stopped. A wet swallow. A final scraping like fingertips losing grip. And then, upstairs, the mirror made a soft sound. Not a shatter. A quiche. Silence slammed down over the house. I stood there, chest heaving, throat on fire, phone pressed to my ear like it was fused there. Rachel whispered, then corrected louder, shaky. "Did it go?" "I think," I croaked. My tongue hurt where I'd bitten it. "I think it went." Emily's voice was raw. Mine stopped scratching. Kyle choked out a sob. "My mirror. It's normal. It's normal." Ryan sounded like he was laughing and crying at the same time. Holy shit. My mom made a small sound behind me. I turned and saw her staring at me like she didn't know what species I was. "Mom," I said, voice hoarse. "Don't look upstairs yet." She nodded slowly, tears still on her cheeks. What was that? I wanted to answer. I wanted to tell her everything, to dump it out like poison. But the rule on the post, it burned in my brain. Don't start a sentence you can't end. So I said the only safe truth. Something bad. Something I caused. Her lips parted like she had 100 questions. I couldn't give her any of them. Rachel's voice came through. "You're not done." My blood went cold again. "What?" Rachel said. "It's not gone. It's reset. You weakened it. You pulled it back. But the link is still there." Emily sobbed. "Then what was the point?" "The point," Rachel said, voice shaking with anger, "is you're not replaced tonight. The point is you bought time." Ryan snapped. "Time for what?" "For it to come back tomorrow." Rachel said, "For you to stop feeding it." My phone buzzed again. A new voicemail notification. New voicemail 1. My stomach dropped. Rachel heard my breathing change. "Don't." I didn't touch it. I didn't even look at the screen longer than a second. Then, from upstairs, my hallway mirror, I heard a soft knock. "Top! Top!" Not from glass breaking. Not from person. From the other side. Rachel's voice went low. "It's still there." Emily whispered, then corrected louder, exhausted. "What do we do now?" Rachel's voice sounded like she was trying not to sob. You live like you're being hunted by your own face. That night, nobody slept. I made my mom sleep in her room with the door locked. She kept asking questions, voice trembling, and I kept giving her small, useless answers. Did someone break in? No. Was that a person? No. Is it gone? I don't know. Every time she asked why, I felt something behind the question, like a hook waiting. So I didn't start sentences. I didn't offer explanations. I just kept her alive in the only way I knew how. Less words, more locks. I dragged a chair into the hallway and covered the upstairs mirror with 2 towels, then duct tape, then a bedsheet, then another towel. I didn't look at it once. I did it with my head turned and my eyes on the carpet. When I was done, my hand was shaking so hard the tape tore crooked. I sat on my bedroom floor with the light on, back against my bed, staring at the baseboard. Rulfer said, keep one light on. It feels safe. It isn't, but it slows it down. I kept every light on anyway, because screw the manual written by my enemy. My phone stayed face down on the carpet. Still, every so often, I'd hear a faint tap from upstairs. Talp, talp, like someone playing a patient little game. Emily texted me at 3:17 a.m. I keep hearing my laugh in the hallway. Kyle at 3:22. My reflection is normal, but I don't trust it. Ryan at 3:30. My dad thinks I'm on drugs. He wants to take my phone. Rachel at 3:34. Don't let anyone take your phone. Don't let anyone film you. Don't let anyone tag you in anything. Keep your face out of cameras. It sounded ridiculous, like we were hiding from a vampire who lived in Instagram. But after what I'd seen, I believed it. The next day, still Christmas break, still cold gray sky. I tried to act normal. It didn't work. Normal life is full of mirrors. Store windows, car side mirrors, phone screens, laptop screens, the shiny black surface of a toaster. Every reflective thing became a threat. I brushed my teeth with my eyes shut, hand feeling for the toothbrush like I was blind. I shaved my peach fuzz by touch and cut myself twice. I flinched at my own shadow in the glass of the oven door. My mom watched me with a tight mouth, scared and frustrated. By noon, she snapped, "You going to tell me what happened?" I stared at the floor. The wood grain looked like rivers. "I can't," I said. "Why?" Her voice broke. "Why can't you?" "Because it hears. Because explanation is attention. Because if I make it real in your mind, it gets another foothold." I couldn't say any of that. So I said, "Because you won't believe me." My mom's eyes flashed. "Try me." I almost did. I swear to God, I almost started. Then I remembered Tyler Wren's mom, telling people he moved. Not because it was true, because if you name the thing, you give it shape. So I said, "Please, just trust me." My mom's jaw worked like she was chewing anger. Then she looked away, defeated. "Fine, but I'm calling your dad." My stomach clenched. My dad lived across town. He would demand answers. He would insist on FaceTime. He would insist on seeing my face. "No," I said too fast. My mom glared. "Don't tell me no. I'm not trying to be a brat," I said, and my voice cracked again. "Just don't." She stared at me. Then, quietly, "Are you in danger?" "Yes." I forced my mouth. "I don't know." That was the only honest thing I could say without inviting it. That afternoon, Ryan texted me, "It's back." Just those 3 words. Then, it didn't leave. It just got quiet. Then, my dad saw in the dark TV screen and asked why I was making that face. My stomach dropped. "Ryan, I wasn't making any face." I called Ryan. Not FaceTime, never FaceTime, just voice. He answered immediately, breathing hard. "It's in the damn house," he said, voice shaking with rage. "It's walking around like it owns my shit." "Is it talking?" I asked. "It's using my mom's voice," Ryan spat. "She's not even home. It keeps calling me down the hall like it wants me to come see something. And my dad thinks I'm playing games. He thinks I'm pranking him." "Don't let your dad respond," I said, and my voice sounded too certain for someone who had no idea what he was doing. Ryan laughed harsh. "Ow!" Put a sock in his mouth. I didn't answer because honestly, yes. Ryan's voice cracked. He took my phone for a minute. I told him not to, and he laughed. He opened my camera because he wanted to prove I was doing some filter thing. My blood ran cold. Ryan whispered, then shouted, and it was already there. On the screen, my face, smiling, but my mouth wasn't moving. It was like the camera showed what it wanted, not what was real. My stomach churned. Ryan said, he handed it back, and he looked at me weird and said, "What the hell is wrong with your face?" My skin prickled. Someone else seeing it. Someone else naming it. "It's getting stronger," I said. Ryan's voice went small. "So what now?" I thought of the reset call, the chant, the pull. "We do it again," I said. "But you have to keep your dad from looking." Ryan swore, then breathed hard. "I can't." "You have to," I said, and my voice went harder than I felt. "Or you're the first one it takes." Silence. Then Ryan whispered, then corrected louder. Okay, I'll try." We set a time, 10 p.m. All of us. Again, no face demon, no video, no meters. Lights on, phones face down except for dialing. Rachel messaged us a new note, blunt as a threat. "If it says your name, do not say it back. Say your full name into the line only. Don't pause. Don't answer questions. Don't argue." At 9:58, my hands were sweating so hard my phone almost slipped. I dialed the backward number again, held the line open. At 10 o'clock, on speaker, Rachel said, "Go." We all started chanting. Our full names, loud, unbroken, like we were trying to drown an ocean with our voices. For a while, nothing happened, just our ragged breathing. Ryan swearing between repetitions. Emily crying through hers. Kyle choking on his own panic. Then the phone line crackled. A low hum built again. And in my upstairs hallway, behind all those towels and tape, something tapped. Top, 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 in rhythm, matching the cadence of my name. My throat tightened. I kept going anyway. "My name is..." From upstairs, muffled through fabric, my own voice repeated, perfectly synchronized this time. My skin went cold. It was learning. It was closing the gap. Rachel's voice on speaker went sharp. Louder. I screamed my name until spots danced in my vision. The tapping upstairs stopped, and then my phone line did something it hadn't done before. Instead of dead air after the unavailable, I heard a faint voice. Not mine, not Rachel's, not Emily's. Something thin and far away, like a radio in another room. It said, softly, "You shouldn't have dialed." Emily sobbed louder. Ryan shouted his name like he was punching. Kyle gagged. Rachel's voice was steady, but I could hear the tremor under it. "Don't respond. Don't answer it. Keep going." The thin voice spoke again. This time it didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like hunger. "Let me finish," it said. My stomach flipped. "Don't let it finish your sentence. Don't start when you can't end." I kept chanting, kept my mouth moving like if I stopped my lungs would collapse. The thin voice laughed, and the laugh sounded like my laugh but older, like a recording played through broken speakers. Then the line went dead. Not unavailable, not a loop, dead. Silence, so complete it felt like pressure. My phone screen froze on the call timer. Midnight, like the call never existed. Rachel whispered, then corrected louder. "Hang up. Now." I did. My fingers shook. My phone buzzed immediately. Incoming call. Not my name this time. Rachel's name. From Rachel's number. Rachel's voice shouted through her speaker before anyone answered. "Do not pick up anything that looks like us." My skin prickled. Emily screamed, "Rachel, is it you?" Rachel snapped, "It's not me. I'm right here. I'm talking." But the call kept ringing, Rachel's name blinking on my screen like a lure. Ryan swore, "Mine's calling too." Kyle cried, "It's calling from my mom's phone." Emily sobbed, "It's my dad's number." Our phones lit up in a chorus of fake identities. It wasn't just pretending to be us anymore. It was pretending to be everyone we trusted. Rachel's voice went hard. "Urgent, turn your phones off." "I can't," Ryan shouted. "My dad will." "Then die." Rachel snapped, and her voice cracked. I am sorry. But if you answer, you confirm it." You get a voice in your world. I turned my phone off. The sudden silence made my ears ring. Upstairs, behind a taped mirror, something sighed. Not a human sigh, more like glass cooling after heat. I sat on my floor in the harsh light, throat burning, and realized something that made my stomach twist. We weren't winning. We were teaching it. Every reset call wasn't just pulling it back. It was giving it a clearer map, a clearer route, a stronger understanding of our voices, our names, our rhythms. Rachel texted us 5 minutes later. Stop doing the reset. It's adapting. We need to starve it, not feed the line. Emily replied, then how do we live? Rachel, we don't live normal. We live quiet. We live invisible. Over the next week, we tried. No crowds, no malls, no stores, no parties, no family gatherings, even though Christmas was coming like a freight train. No photos, no videos, no meters. We covered everything reflective. We refused FaceTime. We stopped playing games that showed our avatars. We stopped posting. We stopped reacting. We became boring. And for a little while, it worked. The tapping upstairs slowed. Once a day, then once every 2 days, then not at all. Emily texted one morning, my mirror is normal again. Kyle, I looked at my reflection for 1 second and it didn't lag. Ryan, my dad thinks I'm depressed, but it's quiet. Rachel, don't get cocky. It waits. I wanted to believe we were in the clear. I wanted to believe this was like a fever that breaks. Then Christmas Eve came. My mom insisted we go to my aunt's house. Family, tradition, normal. I tried to refuse, tried to make excuses. My mom's patience snapped like a twig. You have been acting like a stranger in my house for a week, she said, voice shaking. You cover mirrors. You flinch at the microwave. You want me to take a picture of you for grandma. You won't tell me what's wrong. And now you won't come to Christmas. I stared at the floor. The wood grain looked like a mouth. I can't, I said. My mom's eyes filled with tears again. Why? If I told her, she'd look at me like I was crazy. If she doubted, she'd check a mirror. If she checked, it would smile. If it smiled first, I couldn't start it. I couldn't end it. I couldn't explain the shape of the trap. So I did something worse. Elite. I'm sick, I said. My mom stared at me, hurt flashing into anger. You're not sick. I am. I insisted, forcing it. She shook her head, wiping her face. Fine. Stay. But I'm done walking on eggshells. When I get back, you're telling me the truth. When she left, the house felt too big, too quiet, like a stage after the audience leaves, and you realize you're alone with whatever was pretending to be part of the play. I kept the lights on. I kept mirrors covered. I stayed off my phone. I sat on the living room floor, back against the couch, listening to the house breathe. At 11:47 p.m., my phone buzzed. I hadn't turned it off this time. I'd promised myself I'd stop letting it control my entire life. The screen lit up with a text. From my mom. Can you come outside for a second? I need help carrying something. My stomach dropped. My mom would call me, not text, if she needed help. She'd also never asked me to come outside in the middle of the night. I stared at the text until my vision blurred. Then another text. Please, hurry. My hands went numb. If my mom really was outside, she could be in danger. She could have slipped. She could have. But if I went outside, crowds weren't the only problem. Darkness was reflective too. Car windows, street puddles, the black glass of the night. And if that text wasn't from my mom, it was bait. I didn't reply. A minute passed. Then my phone rang. Caller ID, Mom. My throat tightened. Rule 5. Answer out loud. Rachel's warning. Don't pick up anything that looks like us. I stared at the ringing screen like it was a snake. I didn't answer. It rang until it stopped. Immediately, a new voicemail notification appeared. New voicemail 1. I didn't listen. I put the phone face down and backed away from it like it could bite. Then, from upstairs behind all the towels and tape, I heard a slow, gentle tapping. Top, 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 like a patient finger. And then, from the hallway, my mom's voice called, soft and close, like she was standing at the bottom of the stairs. Hey, it said, come here. My blood froze. My mom was at my aunt's house. I stood up, every hair on my arms lifting. I didn't look toward the stairs. I didn't look toward anything reflective. I kept my eyes on the blank wall. The voice came again, sweeter. "I know you're scared," it said, "but you don't have to be." I didn't respond. The voice changed. It became mine. "You're tired," it said. "You can stop now." I felt my throat tighten like it was trying to force sound out. "Don't argue. Don't answer questions. Don't respond." The voice sighed, almost disappointed. Then it said something that made my stomach twist into a knot. It said my full name. Perfectly. Not the way I said it when I chanted. Not rushed. Not shouted. It said it like a parent reading a name off a missing person poster. And my body reacted on instinct. My mouth opened. And in that split second, before sound came out, I realized the last rule in the voicemail wasn't for me. It was for my mom. If you hear your own voice call your name from inside your house, answer out loud. It wanted me to say my name back to it. To confirm. To sign. I clamped my jaw shut so hard it hurt. Silence. Then the thing upstairs laughed. Not loud. Not cruel. Just satisfied. Like it had found the right button. My phone buzzed again. Another text from Mom. "Why are you ignoring me?" I didn't reply. Upstairs, something shifted behind the mirror coverings. A soft rustle of fabric, like someone adjusting a towel. Then, slowly, I heard the sound of tape peeling. My stomach dropped. I hadn't touched the tape. Nobody else was home. The tape kept peeling, slow and wet. A strip fell, then another. My pulse hammered. I wanted to run upstairs and slap it back on. To fix it, to make the boundary solid again. But that would mean going toward the mirror. That would mean giving it attention. That would mean seeing it. The sound stopped. Silence. Then, from upstairs, my own voice called again, gentle, coaxing. "Just look," it said. I didn't move. "Just 1 second," it said. Just to make sure. That was the trap, wasn't it? Checking, doubting, staring to confirm. I backed into the kitchen where it was blind, towels still over everything, and I sat on the floor with my head against the cabinet door, breathing through my nose like I was trying not to make noise in a room with a sleeping animal. Minutes passed, or hours. I couldn't tell. At some point, my front door lock clicked. Keys. Real keys. My mom came home, laughing with my aunt in the doorway, the warm, messy sound of humans. My body went limp with relief, so hard I almost cried. "Sweetie," my mom called. "Where are you?" In that moment, I realized something that made me cold all over. If the thing could mimic my mom's texts, my mom's voice, my mom's number, then it could also mimic me. It could walk into my mom's house wearing my skin, saying my words. And she would want to look at it, to see if it was okay, to see if it was real. I stood up, legs shaking, and stepped into the living room. My mom was there, coat half off, cheeks red from cold. She smiled when she saw me. "There you are," she said. "Why didn't you answer?" I needed. Her voice trailed off when she saw my face. "What happened to your mouth?" she asked. I tasted blood, realized I'd been biting my tongue again without knowing. A small copper trickle. "I'm fine," I said, voice hoarse. My mom's eyes flicked up the stairs, then back to me. "Why are there towels everywhere?" "Mom," I said and forced it loud. Clear. "Don't go upstairs tonight." She stiffened. "What?" I swallowed. "Don't start a sentence you can't end." So I didn't explain. I didn't argue. I didn't offer a story. I just told her the only thing that mattered. "Because if you look in that mirror," I said, "you might not get me back." My mom froze. Her face went pale. My aunt frowned behind her. "What?" My mom didn't answer my aunt. She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time. "Is this drugs?" she whispered. I almost laughed because it was such a normal fear, such a human guess. "No," I said. Are you hearing voices?" Her eyes filled again. "Because we can get help." I shook my head. "This isn't in my head." My mom flinched because that was the worst possible answer. My aunt stepped forward, impatient. "Okay, what's going on?" The thing upstairs tapped once. "Talk." My mom's eyes darted toward the sound. "Don't," I said sharp. She stopped like I'd yanked a leash. My aunt snapped, "Don't what?" I looked at my aunt, and the urge to tell her everything burned in my throat. But witnesses made it stronger. Other people seeing it made it real faster. Rachel had said it like a death sentence. If someone else sees it, it gets stronger. So I did something awful. I lied again. I'm fine, I said to my aunt. I'm just having anxiety. The mirrors freak me out right now. My aunt's face softened into pity. Oh, honey, pity was safer than belief. Pity didn't make her stare into the mirror to confirm. My mom's eyes were still on me. Hurt and fear mixed together. My aunt squeezed my shoulder. I get it. Holidays make everyone weird. I'll go. She left, and the door closed, and my house went quiet again. My mom turned to me, voice shaking. You're scaring me. I know. I whispered, then corrected louder. I know. She took a step toward the stairs, stopped herself, and looked at me like she was about to break. Tell me what to do, she said. The simple honesty in her voice almost broke me too. I didn't have a whole story. I didn't have a clean explanation. I had rules written by an enemy and warnings scribbled on posts. It's like threats. So I gave her the only thing that mattered. Don't look at mirrors, I said. Don't answer any call that looks like it's from me. Don't respond if you hear my voice somewhere it shouldn't be. My mom's mouth trembled. And you? I'm going to stay downstairs, I said. Upstairs, the tapping stopped. Silence. Then, faintly, through the floor, I heard a sound that made my stomach twist. A drawer opening. My drawer. In my room. The thing was in there, touching my stuff. Learning me by touch now, not just sight. My mom's eyes widened. What is that? I swallowed. It's the thing. My mom's hand flew to her mouth. Oh my God. Her eyes flicked toward the stairs again, instinctively. To see. To confirm. To check. I grabbed her wrist. Not hard, but firm. Mom, I said loud and steady. Eyes on me. She looked at me, tears spilling. I realized then the trap wasn't just the mirror. It was love. It was the way your mom wants to see your face. It was the way your friends want to hear your voice. It was the way people reach for proof when they're scared. The thing didn't have to kick down doors. It just had to offer the most natural bait in the world. Look, listen, answer. That night, I didn't sleep. Neither did my mom. We sat in the living room with the lights on, the TV covered, the windows curtained, listening to the house settle and creak. At 2:58 a.m., my phone buzzed again. I didn't touch it. At 3 a.m. exactly, the tapping started upstairs. Top, top, top. Then a soft voice drifted down the stairs, my voice careful and sweet. I'm sorry, it said. I didn't mean to scare you. My mom's breath hitched. She squeezed my hand so tight it hurt. The voice continued. I just want to be. I swallowed. The voice said, say your name. Just once. So I know you're listening. My jaw clenched. My mom whispered, then corrected louder, shaky, don't. The voice laughed softly. Then it said something I'll never forget because it wasn't a threat. It was a promise. I'm going to finish you, it said. And something in me snapped. Not bravery, not heroism, just this ugly animal refusal. I stood up. My mom grabbed my wrist. Don't go up there. I'm not, I said loud. I'm not going up there. But I walked to the bottom of the stairs anyway. Not to chase it, to speak, to take back the one thing it was stealing, my voice. I stared at the blank wall beside the stairs and spoke loud enough to fill the house. My name is my full name, I said once. Not as a chant, not into a phone line, just into my own air. Upstairs, it went still. Then it replied, in perfect sync this time, matching my timing like it had been waiting. My name is my full name, it said too. My blood turned to ice. It matched me. No lag, no half-beat delay. Perfect. And that's when I understood what the post-it meant in a way that made me nauseous. Don't let it finish your sentence wasn't only about talking. It was about identity. If it could match me perfectly, then it didn't need my permission anymore. It could be me. From upstairs, my voice said, I'm coming down. My mom made a choking sound. I didn't look up. I spoke loud, forcing words out like sand. No, I said, you're not. Upstairs, it laughed again. See? You always argue. You always respond. My mouth went dry. I could feel the trap tightening. Every word I spoke gave it more of me. Every response confirmed it. So I stopped. I turned away from the stairs. I walked back to my mom. I sat down. I didn't answer it again. The house stayed silent for a long time. Then, from upstairs, the sound of footsteps began. Slow, down the stairs. 1, 2. My mom's nails dug into my hand. I kept my eyes on the covered TV, on the folds of fabric, on anything that wasn't the stairs. Footsteps. 3, 4. Then they stopped, right at the bottom step. I felt it there like you feel a person standing behind you in a quiet room. It didn't speak. It didn't have to. The air in the living room got colder. Then, right beside my ear, my own voice whispered. Not upstairs. Not across the room. Right next to me. It said. My whole body locked. My mom gasped. And I knew without looking that her eyes had widened, that she wanted to turn her head. I squeezed her hand hard, a silent plea. Don't look. Don't confirm it. Don't give it your attention. My mom held still, trembling. The voice beside me chuckled softly. Then it said, gently, like it was teaching me something. This is how it ends, it said. You stop talking. I do the talking. You stop being seen. I get seen. My throat burned with the urge to scream, to curse, to demand it leave. But I didn't, because every word was a gift. So I sat there, silent, while my own voice breathed beside me, while my mother cried quietly, while the lights hummed and the towels draped over mirrors like bandages. Eventually, the presence moved away. Footsteps on carpet, a chair creak, then silence again. My mom whispered, then forced herself louder, voice broken. Is it gone? I stared straight ahead. My lips were trembling so hard I had to press them together. I don't know, I said, and it was the last thing I said out loud in my house for 3 days. After that, I communicated in nods, in text typed without looking at my own screen too long, in scribbled notes on paper like I was living in 1950. My mom thought I'd lost my mind, but she also didn't look at mirrors anymore. She didn't argue. She didn't demand FaceTime with my dad. She became quiet with me, not because she understood, but because she could feel the shape of fear. And the thing upstairs? It waited. Sometimes it tapped. Sometimes it sent a photo of a Post-it in a new place. Under my pillow, on the fridge, inside my notebook, always in my handwriting, always with new lines. Don't let it finish your sentence. Don't start one you can't end. Don't stop mid-word. That last one made me sick because it meant it was getting impatient. Then, on the morning after Christmas, my phone buzzed with one final message. From my own number. Just 4 words. I'm ready. Are you? I didn't reply. I didn't even blink. Because I finally understood the only way to survive wasn't fighting it head-on or chanting my name into a deadline. It was starving it. No responses. No arguments. No proof. No confirmation. No attention. So I'm writing this here instead, because you're not my mother, you're not my friend. You're not someone whose eyes I can use like a mirror. And because if I say these words out loud in my house, it will say them with me. It will match me. And when it matches me, it wins. The tapping has stopped now. That's the worst part. The silence means it isn't practicing anymore. It already learned. The only reason I'm still here is because I stopped giving it my voice. But I can feel it sometimes, right behind my shoulder, like a second body wearing my heat, waiting for me to slip and answer something without thinking. Waiting for me to start a sentence I can't finish.